Not going to show you. It is Peter's mock draft, the latest update. What's going on here?
All right, it's okay. I was at the owners' meetings. I talked to just about every team in some way, and I was talking about a lot of stuff, but I also wanted to get my mock draft as most updated as possible. I bounced a lot of these off teams, and I feel pretty good where we're at. It's on NFL.com today if you guys want to go over NFL.com and get the full 32, but let's get the top 10.
Okay.
Number 1 overall, I've got the Cleveland Browns selecting Sam Darnold. I believe that was real, Sam Darnold in the rain and Jimmy Haslam in the bleachers and the whole deal. The Browns are going to do the work, and they're going to look at everybody, but everything I'm hearing is that Darnold belongs at the top. He is as blue-collar as they come. He wants to be a Cleveland Brown. There doesn't seem many holes in his game. And if he has to wait a year behind Tyrod Taylor, it's not the worst thing. But Sam Darnold goes number 1 overall to the Browns, which leads to the big money one. Number 2, everyone here in New York is wondering, what are the Giants going to do? I believe there's a very good chance the Giants do trade down. But if they keep the pick, and to those Saquon Barkley fans, I apologize, I believe at number 2 overall, the Giants are going to select Josh Allen, the quarterback out of Wyoming.
Mr. Big in the Big Apple, huh?
Mr. Big in the Big Apple. This kid's arm is no joke. I got some comparisons to Flacco, to Cam Newton, to the biggest arms that people have ever seen with Josh Allen. I believe he can learn from Eli Manning. And the thought behind this is the Giants, you don't get to number 2 overall too often. You never get to 2 overall. You hope you're never in that spot again. When you are, you take the quarterback, both from we want to set ourselves up for the next 10 years, but also economically speaking. You now have a quarterback at $6 million a year for the next several years, as opposed to what do you want to pay Kirk Cousins? $30 million?
Look at Eli Manning.
Yeah. Peter, quick question. How much would Odell affect this? I mean, if he's on the team or not? If Odell gets traded this afternoon, you think they still go with a quarterback?
They still do.
Okay.
I still think they go with a quarterback. I think that Odell is regardless of the Odell situation, I think number 2 overall, if they keep the pick, I think they'd like to trade back a little bit, but if they keep it there. Number 3, the Jets.
All QBs.
They're also going quarterback. I'm going Josh Rosen for the Jets. Look, Mayfield and Rosen could both be really intriguing here if they're both on the board. I know that Mayfield had a pro day, and Mike McCagnon, the GM of the Jets, was there in attendance. You're not going on a pro day on the first day of free agency just to go see him. But Josh Rosen's impressed. Look, is he built for Cleveland? I don't know. Is he built for New York? I think a better fit for him than Cleveland. And I think that they have the weapons around him, and that they hope that if they didn't get Kirk Cousins, they can get a rookie quarterback. When you trade up to 3, guys, you're not trading up for a running back, and you ain't trading up for a pass rusher. 3 is a quarterback. I believe it's Rosen at the moment to the Jets. Number 4, the Browns back on the clock.
Do it.
They already got Darnold. I'm going Saquon Barkley, 4th overall to the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
I believe they get Darnold and Barkley, and they are sitting very nice. They also have the 33rd pick in the NFL draft, and the Browns suddenly have an offense that you have to reckon with. You've got Tyrod and Darnold as your quarterbacks. You've got Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, Corey Coleman, and now Saquon Barkley and Carlos Hyde. You could play football next year. You can compete next year. Saquon, top non-quarterback on my board. I think he goes 4th. Number 5, everyone thinks this might be Baker Mayfield, and it might be. Denver Broncos going defense? I got them going Bradley Chubb. Kind of a safer pick. Top player on the board. You're the number 5 overall pick. It's the best defensive player in the draft.
I like it.
You've already got Von Miller. You add Bradley Chubb. I like this one. And look, everyone thinks that Elway might go quarterback because you've got Keenum, and you can get out of that Keenum deal after 1 year. I think it's not the case. I think knowing what I feel about that organization, they just want to add as many good, talented players as they can. They're not going to reach for anybody. I'm going with Chubb. And number 6, trade up time. The Colts have the 6th pick, right? Ding, ding, ding. Trade up. Let's make a deal. And I'm going with a guy we spoke to yesterday on the show, Brandon Beane. I think he's going to be like the character in draft day. I think he's going to be shaking, moving, and wheeling, dealing. I think the Bills at number 6 trade the 12 and the 22. They move up to 6. And the Buffalo Bills go with Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma. I think Baker Mayfield, they get their quarterback. They have A.J. McCarron. Now they have Baker Mayfield. Mayfield can play right away if he wants. I think this guy can step right in. And what better player to match that Bills fan base than a guy with swagger, a guy who knows he can win, and a guy who can play in cold weather, that he's done it his entire college career. I'm going with Baker Mayfield to the Buffalo Bills. Let's round it out, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, Buccaneers. I like them going with an offensive guard. They got big and nasty in the offseason. They go with a guy that's being talked about as a Hall of Famer, Quenton Nelson out of Notre Dame.
First ballot.
First ballot is what they're saying. I think he could be a good fit there on that offensive and defensive line. 8, Bears. Denzel Ward, the cornerback, top defensive player in the backfield, comes out of Ohio State. I think for the Bears, they add another key defensive player. Kyle, you said it yesterday. That's what you're looking for. He's the top corner in this draft. 9, 49ers. John Lynch is a safety. They need safety help. Derwin James out of Florida State. Another safety for them. He goes with Richard Sherman in the backfield. And 10 to round it out, the Raiders. I think they need defense. I'm going with a linebacker. I'm going with the kid out of Georgia, Roquan Smith. That, guys, is the top 10. I want all of your thoughts. Let's see a reveal of what we've got now. 1 through 10, that is my mock draft. It's up on NFL.com if you want 11 through 32.